ทุกท่านเข้าสู่การถ่ายทอดสดพระบาทสมเด็จ
For the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, at Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall, the Grand Palace. His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen will depart by the royal motorcade from Amphorn Satan Residential Hall, Dusit Palace, to Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall. And at around 1900 hours Thai time, the royal motorcade will arrive at the gate of Pratu Kamphaeng Kaew, Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall, beside Pratinang Granya Sapha. Their Majesties will then proceed upstairs via the Mukrasan stairway of Dusit Maha Prasat of the Pratinang Piman Rataya by lift, and Their Majesties will proceed to the Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall here, passing members of the royal family in attendance. Their Majesties will then initiate the royal merit-making ceremony for the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. This English language transmission can be received via the thainews.prd.go.th website and the NBT World Facebook. And for people in Thailand, you can watch this program narrated in English if your television set has a dual language system. My name is Captain Dr. Yungyut Mayalab, and I shall be the narrator in English language for this live telecast. As you can see, this is the interior of the Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall, where the event will take place. Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall is located in the middle court of the Grand Palace in Bangkok and is one of the oldest and most significant ceremonial buildings of the Thai monarchy. And you can see above the royal urn of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, is placed the 90th Great White Umbrella of State, or Noppapadon Mahasawetachat. The 90th Great White Umbrella of State originally was covered with patat, or traditional cloth, but during the reign of King Rama IV, His Majesty graciously commanded the cloth be changed to white fabric with 3 tiers of frills trimmed with gold leaf wire and adorned with golden champa pendants. The umbrella is topped with a pointed spire in the form of a stupa. It is set above the royal throne in accordance with royal tradition and is regarded as the most important of the royal regalia. You can see the interior here of the Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall with the Buddha image of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, being enshrined just at the area just to the right of your picture, with all the items for worshipping being placed on tables in front. Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall, according to official palace description, it was ordered built in 1789 by the founder of the Ratanakosin era, King Rama I. This hall replaced an earlier throne hall and became the central venue for major royal functions. The hall is constructed in the traditional Thai Prasat style with a cruciform or Chaturmukh plan. A high base, multi-tiered steep roof, and a tall spire symbolize the sacred Mount Meru in the Thai cosmology. Here we can see the royal urn of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. It is also known as the Pralong Thong Yai and is the royal urn used for the royal remains of the kings and for the remains of senior members of the royal family. His Majesty King Puttayot Phá Chulalok Maharaj, or King Rama I, graciously commanded its construction in the year 2351 BE, or 1708. It is made of carved wood, octagonal in shape, entirely covered with gold, and has a lid in the form of a royal crown. It is the urn with the highest rank. The royal chronicles of Ratanakosin, reign of King Rama I, Japhraya Thipakon Wong, in his manuscript records that it was first used for the royal remains of His Majesty King Puttayot Phá Chulalok, the first reign. Besides the kings, the members of the royal family who are granted the use of the great golden urn upon their demise include the queen consort, the queen mother, the crown prince, the crown princess, and the Jiaofa, or the highest ranking prince and princesses, as graciously commanded. At present, there are 3 great golden urns in total. The first was commissioned by His Majesty King Puttayot Phajulalok the Great. The second was commissioned by His Majesty King Chulalongkorn or Rama V, who ordered His Royal Highness Prince Gromamun Prap Borapak, the Deputy Minister of the Ministry of the Royal Household and Director General of the Department of 10 Craftsmen, to construct it. This urn is referred to as the Great Golden Urn of King Rama V. The first 2 urns have been used repeatedly and are now deteriorated. Therefore, His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great, or King Rama IX, graciously commanded the construction of the 3rd Great Golden Urn, which was first used to accompany the royal dignity of Her Royal Highness Princess Kalayaniwattana, กรมหลวงนราธิวาสราชนครินทร์ This is the royal portrait of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. And there have been a lot of preparation being made these last 3 days in preparation for the royal funeral ceremony here, taking place here at Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall. And as for the announcement by the Bureau of the Royal Household, this is regarding the paying of homage to the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. It stated as follows: by the gracious royal command, permission has been granted for the public to pay homage to the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. First of all, by royal permission, the general public may pay respects before the portrait of Her Majesty at Sala Sathai Samakom in the Grand Palace daily from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. commencing today, Monday, 27th of October 2025. A royal condolence book will be provided at the venue for signing. Secondly, by the royal permission, the general public may have an audience and pay respects before the royal remains at Pratinang Dusit Maha Prasat, which is here, Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall, after the completion of 15 days of the royal merit-making ceremony, daily from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., commencing Sunday, the 9th of November 2025. By royal permission, members of the royal family, the Privy Council, the Cabinet, organizations, government agencies, state enterprises, the private sector, and the general public may co-host the chanting of the Abhidhamma for the royal remains after the completion of 100 days of the royal merit-making ceremony. International condolences have been pouring in following the passing of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, who passed away on the 24th of October at the age of 93. According to BangkokPost.com website, in Bhutan, His Majesty King Jigme Khesa Namgyel Wangchuk, together with His Majesty the 4th Druk Gyalpo, Her Majesty the Kyal Suan, and Her Majesty Kyam Chering Yongdon Wangchuk, offer prayers and lit 1,000 butter lamps at the Grand Kure of Tashi Shongsong in memory of the Queen Mother. Senior officials, diplomats, and Thai citizens in Bhutan also joined the ceremony to pay their respects to the late Queen. In his tribute, the King of Bhutan described the Queen Mother as the beloved mother of the Thai nation, whose compassion and tireless service elevated the people's livelihood and safeguarded Thai cultural heritage. He also emphasized the close and enduring friendship between the two kingdoms, which is strengthened by deep ties between the royal families. In his letter to Prime Minister Anutin Chanvirakul, Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet expressed deepest sympathy on the irreplaceable loss of the Queen Mother, praising her lifelong devotion to improving the welfare of the Thai people, preservation of traditional crafts, and contributions to rural development. Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takahashi also expressed deepest condolences, saying the Queen Mother's achievements will forever be engraved in our memories. Leaders from the Philippines, Pakistan, and the United Arab Emirates likewise sent messages of condolences. The U.S. Embassy in Thailand lauded the Queen Mothers as a compelling communicator of the uniqueness of Thai culture and a true cultural bridge between the two nations and their peoples. And here we have the Buddha image. According to the birthday of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, พระพุทธวิโลกนญาณบพิตรสิริกิตติธรรมโสธิมงคล is a standing bronze Buddha image in the pensive attitude posture created during the reign of His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great with a height of 163 centimeters. It is recognized as the Buddha image designated for Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, graciously expressed her royal wish to have a Buddha image designated for her own birthday anniversary created. It is a Buddha image in the pensive attitude posture, draped in the full covering monk's robe and cast to be of Her Majesty's actual height. His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great and Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, graciously proceeded in a private capacity to preside over the casting ceremony at the ceremonial ground beside the Ubosot or Ordination Hall in 1977. And on the 1st of July 1977, Their Majesties graciously granted the royal permission for the merit-making ceremony celebrating the Buddha image, designated for the birthday anniversary, held at the Ordination Hall of Wat Bawar Niwet Vihan. พระพุทธรูปประจำพระชนมวาน which is another name for the Buddha image that I just mentioned. พระพุทธรูปประจำพระชนมวาน refers to a Buddha image commissioned by the king or members of the royal family to commemorate their significant occasion, such as birthday or royal birth anniversary. In most cases, it is a Buddha image bearing profound meaning and associated with the royal faith of the king or royal family members at the time. The creation of Buddha images for the birthday anniversary has a long history since the Ratanakosin era, beginning during the reign of King Nanglao or King Rama III, who graciously commissioned the Buddha images for the birthday anniversary in dedication to his royal father and his royal grandfather, signifying his profound royal faith towards his royal ancestors. And an important modern example of a พระพุทธรูปประจำพระชนมวาน is this Buddha image for the birthday anniversary of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, who possessed the utmost royal faith in commissioning this Buddha image as a remembrance on the auspicious occasion of Her Majesty's 5th cycle birthday anniversary on the 12th of August 1992. The Buddha image is made of 96% pure silver and was cast on the 25th of June 1992, with Her Majesty herself performing the crucial ceremonial proceedings in her capacity as the Queen Mother. This particular Buddha image, the พระพุทธรูปประจำพระชนมวาน for Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, is 1 inch in height from the octagonal base to the Buddha's feet and an additional 1 inch from the inverted and upright lotus base, making the total height up to 9 inches. As for the events about to take place this evening, once His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen arrive at this venue, His Majesty will proceed to light incense sticks and candles of the two-tiered golden offering tray in homage to the Buddha image of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother's birthday, in front of the pedestal of the 9-tiered Great White Umbrella of State, and he would then pay respect. His Majesty would then proceed past the line of courtiers in attendance to the front of the ceremonial monks' chanting platforms, which is what you have just witnessed just now. And this is situated on the east and the west sides at the northern portico of Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall. His Majesty will light the incense sticks and candles of the mother of pearl offering tray that you can see in the picture now in front of the ceremonial monks' chanting platforms, and he will pay respect. His Majesty will acknowledge the homage paid by those in attendance and take his seat on the royal throne. The congregation of monks that you have seen just now will then chant Abhidhamma. When the monks complete 4 sections of the Abhidhamma scriptures chanting, officials will invite one royal ecclesiastical monk to offer blessings, and 8 monks performing the Abhidhamma chanting to be seated in their positions. His Majesty the King will then proceed to offer the triple-fold monk's robes and will then return to the royal throne. The monks will then perform the funeral ritual, and Their Majesties the King and Queen will pour ceremonial lustre water as a gesture of disseminating merit made to the deceased. The monk will then offer anumotana blessings, confer benedictions, and will take their leave from the throne hall. His Majesty the King will then proceed to prostrate in front of the objects of veneration before the pedestal of the 9-tiered Great White Umbrella of State. And then Their Majesties the King and Queen will depart from Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall, descending by the Mukrasan stairway of the Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall. So this is the royal merit-making ceremony of chanting Abhidhamma for the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. And this event will take place daily here at Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall for a period of 7 days in the initial phase, and then will follow daily thereafter. The Bureau of the Royal Household announced on the 24th of October 2025 that Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, passed away peacefully at 21 hours on Friday the 24th of October 2025 at King Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital in Bangkok. And according to the announcement, a medical team treating Her Majesty had requested royal permission for Her Majesty to stay at King Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital, Thai Red Cross Society, since the 7th of September 2019 to monitor various systems in her body. During Her Majesty's stay at the hospital, Her Majesty fell ill many times, and the medical team found abnormalities in multiple systems requiring continuous medical treatment. Since the 17th of October 2025, Her Majesty the Queen Mother had developed a bloodstream infection. Despite great efforts by the Royal Medical Team to provide treatment to Her Majesty to the best of their ability, her condition gradually deteriorated, and on Friday 24th of October 2025 at 21 hours, Her Majesty passed away peacefully at the age of 93. His Majesty King Maha Vajiralongkorn พระวชิรเกล้าเจ้าอยู่หัว has issued a royal command for the Bureau of the Royal Household to arrange the royal funeral with the highest honors. According to the royal tradition, the body of Her Majesty the Queen Mother will lie in state here at Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall in the Grand Palace compound. His Majesty the King has also decreed a one-year mourning period for members of the royal family and royal court officials from the date of passing. Thai people throughout the kingdom and abroad mourn the passing away of their beloved Queen Mother, who is deeply revered by her subjects due to her complete devotion to the well-being of her people. Thai people have a deep and traditional respect for the royal family, and the popularity of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, mirrors her great and untiring devotion to the welfare of her people. Her Majesty embodied grace, compassion, and unwavering service to her nation for decades. From the early years of her marriage to His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great, to her role as Queen Mother, she dedicated her life to uplifting all Thais, preserving cultural heritage, and extending the reach of humanitarian aid. Born on the 12th of August 1932, Mom Rajawong Sirikit Kittiyakorn married King Bhumibol in 1950 and became Queen of Thailand on the 28th of April 1950, with coronation on the 5th of May 1950. In 1956, she served temporarily as regent while the king entered the monkhood, becoming one of only two queens regent in Thai history. The royal motorcade of His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen has now arrived, coming to a halt near to the Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall. They travel from Amphorn Sathan Residential Hall, Dusit Palace, to Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall. The royal motorcade has now stopped at the gate of Pratu Kamphaeng Kaew, Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall, beside Pratinang Garanya Sapha. Their Majesty the King and Queen will now proceed to the Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall. This is located in the middle court of the Grand Palace in Bangkok. Over the generations, Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall has served as the primary lying-in state hall for kings, queens, and senior members of the royal family. His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen has arrived, being accompanied by Her Royal Highness Princess Siriwanwari Narirat Rajaganya, His Royal Highness Prince Tipankor Rasmi Chod, Maha Wachirot Tamangkoon Siriwibun Rajakuman. This is the exterior of the Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall. And now everybody is ready for the arrival of their Majesties the King and Queen. His Majesty greets Her Royal Highness Princess Bonrat Rajaganya. Their Majesties the King and Queen proceed to pay homage to the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen has lighted incense sticks and candles of the golden set to pay homage to the royal remains. Her Majesty the Queen stands in front of the royal throne, while His Majesty the King proceeds to light incense sticks and candles of the two-tiered golden offering tray in homage to the Buddha image of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit the Queen Mother in front of the pedestal of the nine-tiered Great White Umbrella of State. His Majesty the King proceeds past the line of courtiers in attendance to the front of the ceremonial monks' chanting platforms situated on the east and west sides at the northern portico of Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall. He lights the incense sticks and candles of the mother of pearl offering tray in front of the ceremonial monks' chanting platforms and pay respect.
อ อ
watching the live telecast of the royal merit-making ceremony for the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. That was the chanting of Abhidhamma scripture, which is being conducted daily, presided over this evening by Their Majesties the King and Queen of Thailand. The daily Abhidhamma chanting schedule starts from 6 a.m. in the morning by the royal ritual monks, accompanied by the sounding of the ceremonial time-marking music. As for the schedule for the daily events, at 7 a.m. the royal ritual monks will receive the morning meal bestowed by His Majesty. At 9 a.m. another session of chanting of Abhidhamma scripture by the royal ritual monks will take place, followed at 11 a.m. by the royal ritual monks receiving the midday meal bestowed by His Majesty the King. At midday, chanting of Abhidhamma scriptures by the royal rituals will follow, accompanied by the sounding of the ceremonial time-marking music. At 3 p.m., chanting of Abhidhamma scriptures by the royal ritual monks will take place, and in the evening at 6 p.m. there will be the sounding of the ceremonial time-marking music. And at 7 p.m. the chanting of Abhidhamma scripture by the royal ritual monks will take place, like the one you're witnessing at the moment. And the last session will be at 9 p.m. the chanting of the Abhidhamma scriptures, accompanied by the sounding of the ceremonial time-marking music. So the 4 sections of the Abhidhamma chanting have now been completed. Officials invite one royal ecclesiastical monk to offer blessings, and 8 monks performing the Abhidhamma chanting to be seated in their positions. The chanting of Abhidhamma scripture refers to a formal Buddhist ritual in which monks recite teachings from the Abhidhamma Pitaka, one of the 3 major divisions of the Tipitaka, or the Buddhist Pali Canon. The Abhidhamma contains deep analytical teachings about mind and mental processes, ethical states and mental qualities, the nature of reality, ultimate truth, and the causality and how experiences arise. It is considered the most advanced and philosophical section of Buddhist scripture. In Thai royal tradition and in many Buddhist cultures, the chanting is believed to bring peace to the deceased. It reminds listeners of impermanence and the path to liberation. It supports the spiritual well-being of all who attend. The officials are now laying the Prapusayong, which is a long piece of rope to serve as a symbolic connecting item between the royal urn of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, and the monastic platform where the merit making will be conducted by Their Majesties the King and Queen. Symbolically, this is the transferring of merit made from the monastic platform to the royal urn. His Majesty the King is now offering the triple-fold monk's robes as merit making for the monks, who will then perform the funeral ritual after this. In Thai royal tradition and in many Buddhist cultures, particularly in the royal funerals, Abhidhamma chanting symbolizes honor at the highest level of respect, blessing and merit dedicated to a royal person.
ปัจจิตวานิโรชันติเตสังอุปสมโมสุโขยะถาวาริวหาปุราปริปุเรนติสาครังเอวะเมวะอิโตทินังเปตานังอุปกัปปติอิชิตังปัฏฐิตังตุมหังคิปะเมวะสมิจฉตุสัพเพปุเรนตุสังกปาจันโทปนะระโสยะถามณิโชติระโสยะถาเววันจันตุสัมภโรวินาศตุมาภวัตวันตรายโยสุขิติขายุโกภวสัพโยวิวันจันตุสัมภโรโควินาศตุมาภวัตวันตรายโยสุขิติขายุโกภวสัพติโยวิวันจันตุสัมภโรโควินาศตุมาภวัตวันตรายโยสุขิติยุโกภวะอภิวาทนาสิเลสวุฒาปัจจายโนจัตตารโอธรรมาวันทานติยุวันโนสุขังภาอัฏฐาสิเมอากาสิเมยาติเมตกาจเมเปตานังทักขินังทัจจาปุเปกตมโนสนังวาโสโกวายาวันยาปริเทวนานาตังเปตานามัฏฐายะเอวังติทันติตโยอายัญจะโคทากินาทินนาสังฆามิสุปฏิติตาตังหิตายาสถานะโสอุปกัปปติโสยาติธัมโมจะยังนิทัสสิโตนะปูชาจักตาอุราราภลันจะภิกขุนะมนุปตินังเทหิปุญญังปัสสุตังอนัปปกันติอติเรกวัสสตังชีวตุอติเรกวัสสตังชีวตุอติเรกวัสสตังชีวตุทีคายุโกโหตุอโรโคโหตุทีคายุโกโหตุอโรโคโหตุสุขิโตโหตุปรเมนทะมหาราชาสัปรมราชินีสิทธิกิจจังสิทธิกัมมังสิทธิลาโภชโยนิจังปรเมนทมหาราชวรัสสะปรมราชินียาสหภวตุสัพพทาขอถวายพระพรสัพพมังคลังราคันตุสัพพเทวสัพพพุทธานุภาเวนัสสทาเตภวันตุเตภวตุสัพพมังคลังคันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพธรรมานุภาเวนัสสทาสุทิภวันตุเตภวตุสัพพมังคลังคันตุ สัพพเทวตาสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนัสทธาโสทิภวันตุเต
So following the presentation of saffron robes to the congregation of monks, the monks then chant Sadapakorn, which is a requiem dedicated to the deceased member of the royal family. Their Majesties, the King and Queen, while sitting on the royal seats, perform the royal pouring of water of dedication as a symbolic gesture of spreading merit made to the deceased. The monks then offer blessings, royal felicitations, and royal dismissal. So now they are now taking leave from the throne hall. So for the royal funerals in particular, Abhidhamma chanting symbolizes honor at the highest level of respect, blessing and merit dedicated to the royal person, and a spiritual guard for the journey beyond. Chanting of Abhidhamma scriptures is the recitation by Buddhist monks of the analytical teachings of the Abhidhamma Pitaka, traditionally performed to honor the deceased and dedicate merit, especially in royal funeral ceremonies. His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen pay respect in front of the objects of veneration before the pedestal of the 90th Great White Umbrella of State. They proceed to the front of the royal coffin and pay respect. As I've mentioned, the chanting of Abhidhamma scripture is accompanied by the sounding of the ceremonial time-marking music, in Thai known as Prakom Yam Yam. This refers to the playing of a special type of royal ceremonial music by the Prakom band during certain royal rites, notably royal funerals. The Prakom band is a traditional Thai court musical ensemble tasked with performing Prakom music at royal events like coronations, funerals, and state ceremonies under the Bureau of the Royal Household. In the context of a royal funeral, this music is played every 3 hours alongside continuous Buddhist chanting to mark the time and signify the solemn ritual progression. The playing of the music combined with the Abhidhamma chanting serves to formalize the ritual time structure, alerting participants and officials that a new segment of the rite is beginning. And so in royal Buddhist funeral tradition, the sounding of the ceremonial time-marking music means the regulated playing of court ceremonial instrumentation by the Prakom band at fixed intervals to mark and accompany the stages of the ritual for the royal remains. The ceremonial music fulfills 3 primary functions: marking ritual time. It signifies the transition from one ritual segment to the next and maintains the continuity of the ceremony throughout the day and night. Secondly, paying royal honor. It represents a high form of tribute reserved especially for Their Majesties the King and Queen and senior members of the royal family. And thirdly, accompanying Abhidhamma chanting. It is often performed in conjunction with the chanting of Abhidhamma scriptures, reinforcing the solemnity and spiritual merit of the rites. The Prakom band typically includes conch blowers, trumpets, victory drums, beat instruments, and royal percussion, such as cymbals and kettle drums. The combination of these instruments form a distinctive royal ceremonial sound recognized as a symbol of the monarchy. So this time mark music is performed during royal funerals when the royal coffin is enshrined, during transfer and placement of the royal remains, during major rites such as water pouring ceremonies and the royal cremation, or as a continuous honor day and night until the period of mourning rites is completed. So that's the end of the ceremony for this evening, the royal merit making for the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. This is the exterior of the Dusit Maha Prasat throne hall, constructed in the traditional Thai Prasat style with a cruciform plan. Their Majesties the King and Queen, accompanied by Her Royal Highness Princess Ubonrat Rajakanya, Her Royal Highness Princess Siriwanvarinarirat Rajakanya, and other members of the royal family. They're now heading towards the royal motorcade. So for tomorrow, the event will begin at 6 a.m. with the chanting of Abhidhamma scriptures by the royal ritual monks and the sounding of the ceremonial time-marking music. And at 7 a.m., the royal ritual monks will receive the morning meal bestowed by His Majesty the King. At 9 a.m., another session of the chanting of Abhidhamma scriptures by the royal ritual monks. 11 a.m., the royal ritual monks will receive the midday meal bestowed by His Majesty the King. At midday, 12 o'clock, the chanting of Abhidhamma scriptures by the royal ritual monks and the sounding of the ceremonial time-marking music. At 3 p.m., the chanting of Abhidhamma scripture by the royal ritual monks. And at 6 p.m., the sounding of the ceremonial time-marking music. Tomorrow evening, the television Pope Thailand will conduct a live telecast of the chanting of Abhidhamma scriptures by the royal ritual monks, as well as the royal merit making for the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, presided over by His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen. And then tomorrow at 9 p.m., the chanting of Abhidhamma scriptures by the royal ritual monks and the sounding of the ceremonial time-marking music. The royal motorcade of His Majesty the King is now leaving the area. And with that, we conclude the live telecast by the television Pope Thailand of the royal merit-making ceremony of chanting of Abhidhamma for the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, at Dusit Maha Prasat Throne Hall, the Grand Palace. Please join us again tomorrow at 6:50 p.m. Thai time for the live telecast of the royal merit-making ceremony of chanting of Abhidhamma for the royal remains of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother. From me, Yongyut Mayalab, thank you and goodbye. สวัสดีครับ